welfare of the legal citizens of Danbury. I live in the Main Street area of Danbury, surrounded by illegal aliens and Hispanic aliens, a lot of Brazilian smuggling rings. And I've been attacked with baseball bats. I've been threatened. I have to constantly call the police. The police are on record in Danbury that I've called them probably over 50 times this year alone. The police are overwhelmed on Friday and Saturday nights because of all the problems with the Hispanics and the illegals in the area. Can you give us any suggestions as far as being able to keep the neighborhood safe?
I don't think the rules for keeping neighborhoods that have immigrants in them safe are different than the rules for keeping other neighborhoods safe. I also don't think, in fact, that everybody in Danbury is illegal and that the problems that you're talking about relate solely to illegal people. I am entirely in favor of enforcing criminal laws. I don't believe that immigrants should be exempted from criminal laws. I think everybody here, no matter what their immigration status is, has to live by the law. I think it is remarkable that you would have to call the police 50 times in what period of time did you say?
Over a year.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, maybe your neighborhood is just that bad. I personally don't think that downtown Danbury is that dangerous. Now, I don't live here. I've only been visiting for 15 years. And I honestly don't think that downtown Danbury is worse today than it was 15 years ago. I think after things moved out to the mall, downtown Danbury was, I don't want to say semi-abandoned, but there were huge vacancies all over the place, both residential and even more commercial. And I don't think, in fact, that we're worse off today than we were 15 years ago. So I am in favor of enforcing the laws, and I don't believe that immigrants deserve any exemption from criminal laws. But I also don't think that Danbury is some kind of hellhole that is under siege.
Perhaps pertains to Mr. Boughton, why he's not here. This is a press release we sent out today, Connecticut Citizens for Immigration Control. For immediate release, Connecticut Citizens for Immigration Control request a criminal investigation. Connecticut Citizens for Immigration Control filed a request for a criminal investigation with U.S. Attorney for Connecticut, Kevin O'Connor. The request asks for an investigation to determine if Mayor Mark Boughton, other city officials, and city residents are engaged in criminal racketeering in violation of U.S. immigration laws. These laws forbid inducing illegal aliens to enter the United States, reside in the United States, or work in the United States. The request was also sent to the Bureau of Immigration Enforcement, the Internal Revenue Service, and Attorney General Blumenthal. The city of Danbury has become one large illegal smuggling, employment, and housing operation, says Paul Streitz, Connecticut co-director of Connecticut Citizens for Immigration Control. This is racketeering. It is coordinating various operations with one intent to displace resident citizens with illegals. The first step is to convert single-family houses into multiple-family dwellings and then fill them with illegals. With 15 or 20 illegals living in a house paying $200 a rent, the profits are enormous. Despite the objections of Danbury citizens, the Zoning Commission creates more multiple-family houses than can ever be occupied by resident citizens. The quality of life so deteriorates in streets where houses are inhabited by illegals that resident citizens are forced to sell their houses at losses and move. The single-family houses are then converted into multiple-family housing, plus illegal spaces and basements and garages. The increasing population of Danbury, while the rest of the state's population is decreasing, all due to illegal immigration. Okay? I think there was 2 articles in the News Times on this last week. Danbury, while the rest of the state's population decline, is due to the deliberate policies of the city of Danbury, deliberately housing more illegal aliens. I've been involved in politics. I ran for U.S. Senate, the Republican nomination, and I've become cynical enough about politics these days to say, follow the money trail. Follow the money trail. The money is by illegal employment in Danbury Park goes into the housing. It's the housing that's profiting, and if you look and you will find many of the Brazilians and the Portuguese are the ones that are the purchasers and converters of this housing. Okay, maybe another few comments about the housing. We will put this on our criminal complaint on our website, CT, Citizens for Immigration Control.com. We'll put the criminal complaint on it, and it goes in more detail. But basically what we see is this is a pipeline from Ecuador and Brazil to Danbury, an above-ground railroad. This is ethnic cleansing of Danbury. It is a deliberate attempt to remove the working class citizens out of Danbury and replace them with illegals. There is a lot of money in this. If you take Kennedy Park and you figure $60 a day times 50 people times 7 times 52, this is $1 million operation being run out of Kennedy Park, and that's not money that's going into the resident citizens' hands. So anyway, one of the reasons I think Mayor Boughton is not here is because he knew that other citizens from Danbury would show up and really object to his policies, which have been never to do anything but to accommodate the illegals in Danbury. Thank you.